This poor girl was always called a thief, but she is fated to rescue the prince and save the whole kingdom. Pill is a homeless girl without any friends or family. All she has is her 3 pets, Scratcher, Fluffy, and Gobbly. She lives in a city named Foggyborough, which is ruled by the royal family. The last king died really soon and left no adult heir, so the kingdom is currently ruled by the Regent Tristain. It's already been several years since the king died, and the prince Roland has fully grown up now. He has been training for years, and now it's time for him to take over the throne. But Pill isn't bothered by who governs around here. She's an orphan who lives on the streets. The nobles sure aren't going to take care of her. Therefore, she has to take care of herself and find food for her pets as well. Pill has figured out a way to get free food every day. There's a royal guard named Crowbar who assumes that Pill is a supernatural creature who loves eating mince pie. Therefore, he sets up a trap with a pie every day to catch her. But Pill and her pets work together to trick Crowbar, and they always succeed in stealing the pie without getting caught. While they were eating, Pill noticed some kids playing nearby. Their ball is stuck on a high spot, so Pill rushes to help them. The kids are amazed by her climbing skills and invite her to play, but their parents immediately call them inside and warn them not to interact with the unknown creature they assume Pill is. Poor Pill can either reveal her human identity or get free food. She chooses the latter as she must eat to survive. Everyone in the kingdom is busy preparing for the prince's birthday, and he is also going to be honored as the next king. But not everyone is happy about that, especially Tristain. He has ruled over the kingdom for a long time and believes that he did really well. The commoners were at his feet and they gave him all their wealth without complaint because they feared him. Tristain takes advantage of his position and levies more and more taxes. He is not willing to give away his throne so easily and starts designing an evil plan. The next morning, everyone gathers outside the palace. Hundreds of different dishes are being prepared for the celebration of the prince's birthday. Seeing so much food, Pill immediately sneaks in and steals some dishes. She also doesn't forget to feed her beloved pets. Suddenly, she hears an announcement about the arrival of the minstrels and troubadours. They are responsible for music and entertainment of the guests. Moreover, Jiggler is also invited to perform comedy, but the guards keep telling him to put in more effort. Jiggler wants to include his puppet in his performance, but the royal guards don't allow that because the puppets always make jokes about the nobles and the government. Jiggler insists on bringing out the puppet, but as soon as he does that, the puppet starts mocking at the nobles. The royal guard scolds him and warns him not to use the puppet, otherwise he will be kicked out of the ceremony. After the guards leave, Jiggler hears a cute laugh. It's Pill. Jiggler gets really delighted to know that someone finds his jokes funny. Suddenly, a royal guest arrives and Pill turns back to see her. It's Roland's Aunt Duchess Eleanor. After greeting Roland, she mentions a treasure that is hidden in Foggyborough. Hearing this, Pill gets excited and wishes she could somehow find that treasure. Afterward, she gets back to gathering her mince pies but gets spotted by the guards. To escape them, she climbs up to the highest tower. She gets inside through a window and finds a hidden laboratory. A bunch of dangerous chemicals are stored here and a deadly poison is being prepared. Pill's pets also follow her and accidentally mess up the poison. Before Pill can fix it, she hears someone coming, so she immediately hides away. It's Tristain and Prince Roland. At first, Tristain tries to convince Roland to rest for a few more years and let Tristain keep ruling. But when Roland doesn't agree, Tristain executes his evil plan. He takes some of the poison and gives it to the prince as a drink. The innocent prince chugs down the drinks immediately and starts feeling unwell. Afterward, Tristain tells a story. When he was a child, he always looked up to the king. He also dreamed of getting cheered by the people, wearing the crown and sitting on the throne, but he wasn't a royal kid. He was sent to learn magic with his godmother, who was a great sorceress. But Tristain took his fate in his hands and developed a potent poison to kill the king. Once the king died, Tristain blamed everything on his innocent godmother. Poor sorceress ran away to save his life and hid in the scariest place in the kingdom, the Cursed Forest. Tristain ruled the throne for 15 years, but he is still greedy for more, so he planned to kill the prince as well. However, Pill has messed up the poison, so instead of dying, the prince turns into a weird creature with the head of a hen and body of a cat. Pill witnesses this whole incident and tries to sneak away, but Tristain catches her. He decides to kill her, as she is the only witness. Suddenly, Crowbar reaches there and assumes that Pill has cursed Roland. The poor prince runs out of there, followed by Tristain, Crowbar, Pill, and her pets. Pill offers a deal to the prince. She is willing to help him, but in exchange, he has to give her the address of the great treasure. The prince agrees, as he has no other option. Pill dresses up as a princess and distracts the guard, but Roland gets taken away by a waiter as he looks like a chicken. Pill and Crowbar run around the ceremony hall to get the prince, but Tristain reaches there too. Pill asks help from Jiggler to distract the guests. He takes out his puppet, who starts spitting rude comments on the nobles. The guests get enraged with emotions and start arguing about the puppet's comments. Pill uses this chance to cut down the chandelier, and she uses it to break out of the castle along with Prince Roland. She plans to go to the cursed forest and find the sorceress. She was the one who taught Tristain, so she must have a cure for the prince. Afterward, Pill can get her treasure. Jiggler hears this all and begs her to hire him as well. He has been fired from his team after what the puppet did. Pill refuses at first, but then Jiggler threatens to reveal her real identity. They join hands to go to the forest but don't know the path. Suddenly, Crowbar appears out of nowhere and claims to know the address. Pill lies again that she is a princess and will make Crowbar a knight if he agrees to help them. Once everyone gathers, they head towards the cursed forest. Crowbar has totally fallen for Pill's lie and treats her like an actual princess. Pill also loves this and enjoys being a royal. The one suffering the most is Prince Roland. He is not used to his new body and keeps getting in trouble. The night falls in, so the group stops at a safe spot to get some rest. Crowbar continues looking after Pill and even makes a small wooden sculpture for her, but Pill treats him rudely. Jiggler doesn't like that and reminds Pill that she has become arrogant like the nobles. Pill realizes her mistake and starts treating Crowbar better. Meanwhile, Tristain is still after the prince and heads to a notorious gang for help. He asks the gang's leader to make Pill and his friends disappear, but the leader misunderstood and makes some of Tristain's guards disappear. After the unfortunate experience, Tristain decides to take care of this matter by himself and heads to the cursed forest. The next morning, Pill and her team split up to find the sorceress. They eventually succeed, but the sorceress is a scary old woman who is not interested in helping Foggyborough at all. She tells the visitors to return to their city, but Pill is not giving up easily. She follows the sorceress to her house and tells her that she is surely a good person. It was Tristain who deserved the punishment. The sorceress believes no one can understand her sorrow. She lives like a lonely animal wandering around the forest. Pill says she knows what that means because she also has a similar unfortunate life. But if the sorceress helps her, Pill's life will get better. The sorceress agrees to help, but she needs a special ingredient for the antidote. It's the dung of a unicorn, and it can only be found in the Glen of the Beast. Pill and her friends head to the mountains and reach the glen, but they don't find any beast or a unicorn. They meet a shepherd who comes there every day with his sheeps. He confidentially says the unicorns don't exist because he never saw one. Suddenly, Pill spots the dung of the unicorn and sends Crowbar to get it. Suddenly, the clouds spread over the sky and it's a little dark. But the surprising thing is the changes in the shepherd. He transforms into a huge unicorn and attacks everyone. Pill grabs a sword and throws it towards Crowbar. If he wants to become a knight, he must fight like one. Crowbar bravely faces the unicorn while Pill gets the dung. Afterwards, they use a slippery rock to slide down the mountain. They deliver the dung to the sorceress and she makes the antidote which cures the prince. The mission is completed, and Crowbar asks Pill to fulfill her promise. He swears to honor and serve Pill as her royal knight till he dies. Pill feels sorry for him and tells him the whole truth. She lied because she needed help to get the treasure. Crowbar calls her a greedy cheater and walks away. The sorceress advises Pill to go after him as it's never too late to apologize. As they get out, they find Tristain heading towards them. He has brought a huge army. When Crowbar tries to protest, Tristain shoots an arrow at him. Pill takes the arrow on herself and falls down. Tristain throws Prince Roland down the bridge and captures the rest of them. He heads back to the kingdom and announces that Prince Roland has died. He puts all the blame on the sorceress, Crowbar, and Jiggler and orders their execution. Meanwhile, Pill wakes up and realizes that the arrow didn't hurt her as the wooden sculpture got in the way. Crowbar indirectly saved her again. She gets up and notices that the whole bridge is burning down. Moreover, the prince is hanging on the edge of a rock. Pill grabs the sorceress's flying broom and saves the prince. They head toward the kingdom to stop Tristain. On the way, Prince Roland confesses that he doesn't know the exact location of the treasure either. The king only gave a riddle that must be solved to find the treasure. It goes like, to build a kingdom, one must find where the nobility sits. Right now, Pill doesn't care about the treasure anyway. She just wants to save her friends. She stops the execution and tells the public that Tristain is a fraud. Instead of explaining himself, Tristain heads to his lab to use his magic against the kingdom. The sorceress goes after him and Prince Roland rushes to get reinforcement. Meanwhile, Pill apologizes to Crowbar and they become friends. Afterward, Crowbar and Jiggler disguise themselves as royal guards and get inside the castle to stop the attack. Jiggler accidentally gets caught and sacrifices his beloved puppet to save himself. On the other side, Tristain uses his magic to turn his dog into a giant flying monster. The sorceress immediately prepares the antidote and gives it to the pets so Pill can use it, but the monster is too powerful and Pill is completely stuck. To help her, Crowbar rides the cannon and flies in the sky. He catches Pill and they land on the king's statue. Pill gives Crowbar the antidote, but it accidentally spills down. Crowbar gives up and apologizes, but Pill encourages him to keep fighting. She grabs a stick and tells Crowbar that he is the best knight a princess could have. Hearing this, Crowbar smiles and says that Pill deserves to be called a princess as she is noble in the heart. This statement helps Pill solve the king's riddle. The nobility lies in the heart. She immediately presses the statue's heart and reveals the treasure. Surprisingly, it only has a bunch of papers. While Tristain is distracted by the treasure, Pill wipes the antidote with a toy and throws it towards the monster. They have gotten rid of Tristain, but the king's statue is falling down. Crowbar puts Pill in a safe spot and sacrifices himself. The whole statue shatters down on the ground. Pill has survived, but Crowbar is lying on the ground lifelessly. Pill starts to cry and begs Crowbar to wake up. Miraculously, he survived and opened his eyes. Afterward, Pill gets up to check on the treasure. It's a bunch of blueprints of different buildings like an orphanage, hospital, and school. The king mentioned a treasure so he could lead his son to make the city a better place for the commoners. No matter which bloodline you belong to, your bravery and kindness is what makes you superior to others.